Welcome to the second demo of the Girl Scouts of San Diego safety app that our team is building as part of our LDT class. This app is designed to improve tracking of safety tasks. And so we've made some improvements here to the UI. They're just some small ones. I'll go ahead and log in for Mary Thomas. So Mary Thomas's account has already been created. I'm not going to go over features that we've previously demoed. Um, so Mary comes in, but Mary has not created any checkoff lists yet. So the screen comes in, says welcome. If she tries to view her active checkoff list, then it's going to tell her that she doesn't have any yet, and so she should create one. So she clicks on Start New Activity Safety Checkoff List, and comes up with a list here. So she'll select backpacking and demo this. It comes up, but one of the new features we added is before we just had no and yes, and now we've got yes, and we've also added in progress and not applicable, as that was a requested feature to add. We've also added the ability to get detail from clicking on a particular item. So some of these items may have some specific detail around them, like a back picture of a metal frame, or lightweight foods. What's an example of lightweight foods? Okay, dehydrated meats, fruits, nuts. Okay. Now in a flashlight's case, nothing will happen because flashlights are pretty straightforward, but this is an option to add more information. Now note that these are required tasks, but there are also recommended tasks. So we don't want to track too many of them because it's going to overload the user. But you can click on recommended, and it'll pull up just a list of or description of some recommended tasks or things that should be done or could be done to improve the safety. Now, these are the required tasks, and they come from a large PDF. And one of the issues, I believe, was that the PDF had lots of information, and it was tough for users to go through it and track it. So we pulled out the required steps on it, but the user may also want to view that because there's lots of information on there. So they can click the PDF button, and for whatever activity they're doing, it will open up the actual PDF from the website. And from here, they can get access to the full PDFs, and they can scroll, they can expand if they want to. So this is great for them to have additional information on the activity that they're doing. And then we also added the ability to put an activity date in. So the user can set the date of the activity. So in this case, we'll set it out over a month. And notice on the top it now says backpacking on 12/29. So it's saved the date there. And then when we return to the home screen, one thing we'll see now is uh, a message that says your active list has 9 required tasks, which one is completed. So it tells you, how many required tasks there are and how many have been completed, and gives you an update on that. But we can actually change the date sooner, and so let's go ahead and change it to within 1 week of the activity, and then we'll go back to the home screen and take a look at what happens. You can see that it's turned red. So if it's within 1 week, this item is going to turn red. If it's within 1 week to 2 weeks, it'll turn orange, and if it's over 2 weeks, then it's still in black. So it just sort of gives the user a little bit of a warning that something is coming up, and they can see how they're doing on their tasks. So another thing that I think is important is the ability to see other people's safety lists. So let's say that you're in the troop and you're curious of where we are with safety, and you may also want to help out with some of the safety tasks. So you can look at the list. You can see, let's see, Mary Thomas. She's the one that's managing it for my troop. I'm going to click on her safety list here and see what the status is, and it shows the status of Mary's safety list. And if you saw that there wasn't anyone on there, then you may get a little concerned and say, hey, what's our status of the safety list for the upcoming backpacking trip that we are doing. Also, for some leadership, higher level leadership at San Diego Girl Scouts, they can see that people are actually following through on creating and doing. Here we are looking at the app running on the phone directly, and we're still looking at the home menu, and we're going to be looking at communicate. So click communicate, and I've got the options email list to individual and text list to individual. So we'll try the email list first, and when we select that, that will open up the contact view, and I'll go down and select a contact. I'll just select my email address, and it'll open up my Gmail account, and it will put in the activity list status. So this can be sent to anyone, and they can make comments on it as well. So that was sent off to my email. The other option is to text it to an individual. So if you select the text list, same thing, opens up the contact list. I go in there, I'll select an account that has my phone number, and you can see here it's going to text to my phone number the updated account list. So I can select continue, and it says message sent. And so in just a moment here, you will see the text show up. There it is. And so if I go ahead and select it, then you'll see that it sent me a text with that activity information in it. And that brings us to the end of the demo and the final features that we've added to the app.